In the world of superheroes, no one is safe from the cruel twists of fate, not even Matt Murdock, the man behind Daredevil. Today, we're diving into Daredevil number 227, the first chapter of the Born Again saga. This issue is a gut-wrenching tale of betrayal, despair, and survival. It's a story that will leave you on the edge of your seat, and by the end, you might just be left in tears. Let's take a closer look at the story that brings Daredevil to his knees. The issue opens with Karen Page, once a shining star in Matt Murdock's life, now trapped in a dark world of addiction and desperation. Far from the safety of New York, Karen finds herself in Mexico, caught in the grip of drugs and bad decisions. Desperate for a fix, she does the unthinkable. She sells Daredevil's secret identity to a low-level drug dealer for a shot of heroin. The information trickles up the chain, eventually reaching the one man who can do the most damage with it: Wilson Fisk, the kingpin of crime. Fisk, always calculating and cold, sees this as the perfect opportunity to destroy Daredevil, not through a direct attack, but by dismantling Matt Murdock's life from the inside out. He begins his plan to ruin Matt, starting with subtle moves that soon escalate into a full-blown nightmare. Matt Murdock's life begins to unravel in ways he never imagined. It starts small. Matt receives a notice that his bank accounts have been frozen due to unpaid taxes. Then, his credit rating is destroyed, making it impossible for him to secure any financial support. But it doesn't stop there. The blows keep coming. His home, his sanctuary, is bombed, leaving him with nothing but the clothes on his back. At first, Matt is confused, trying to understand how things could have gone so wrong so quickly. But as the pieces start to fall into place, the horrifying truth becomes clear. Someone is targeting him, and they know exactly where to hit. As Matt's paranoia grows, his world crumbles. He's evicted from his apartment, his law firm collapses, and his friends begin to distance themselves from him. The life he carefully built is disintegrating right before his eyes. As Matt sinks deeper into despair, he becomes increasingly unhinged. He knows someone is behind this, and his mind keeps circling back to Wilson Fisk. But with no proof and no resources, Matt is left grasping at straws. He stalks the streets, exhausted and desperate, his mind unraveling as the pressure mounts. The once calm and collected lawyer is now a man on the edge, clinging to the belief that he can somehow stop this nightmare. In one chilling moment, Matt breaks into the home of one of his closest friends, Foggy Nelson. His desperation has taken over, and he's no longer thinking clearly. Foggy tries to help, but Matt pushes him away, unwilling to drag anyone else into his rapidly spiraling downfall. This isn't just the destruction of Daredevil, it's the destruction of Matt Murdock, the man. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk watches from the shadows, savoring every moment of Matt's suffering. This is the Kingpin's ultimate revenge, not through brute force, but by stripping Matt of everything he holds dear. In a particularly chilling scene, Fisk reflects on his victory, marveling at how easy it was to bring down a man who once seemed invincible. He knows Matt Murdock is out there, broken and desperate, and he's waiting for the moment when Daredevil finally falls completely apart. But Fisk underestimates one thing: Matt's resilience. Even as he's pushed to the brink, Matt refuses to give in. In a moment of clarity, he realizes that the Kingpin is behind it all. But knowing the truth and proving it are two very different things. The final pages of Daredevil number 227 show Matt battered and broken, but not defeated. He may have lost everything, but he still has his will to fight. As the issue closes, we see Matt Murdock, homeless, penniless, and friendless, standing alone in the snow. He's hit rock bottom, but there's a fire in his eyes that refuses to go out. This is only the beginning of his journey through the Born Again arc, a journey that will test him like never before. But if there's one thing we know about Daredevil, it's that he never gives up, no matter how dark things get. Daredevil number 227 ends on a haunting note, with Matt at his lowest, yet still standing. It's a story of complete destruction, but also of survival. The question that remains is, how much more can Matt Murdock endure, and can he ever truly be born again? Daredevil number 227 is a masterclass in storytelling, a brutal and emotional tale that sets the stage for one of the most iconic arcs in comic book history. If you haven't read it yet, It's a must-read for any fan of Daredevil or anyone who loves a good, intense drama. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into a story that pushes our hero to the brink. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. There's much more to come as we explore the stories that define the Marvel Universe. Until next time, stay strong and keep fighting, just like Daredevil.